I am Vinnie Tortorich. Folks, your good intentions have been stolen, but don't worry. I'm here to help you get them back. That was a good one. You may be soft and succulent at the beginning of this process, but hang in there. Before long, you will be lean and mean, guaranteed. It's the Monday show. You know what that means. She comes in every Monday. You guys love her. I can't get enough of her. I'm talking about the beautiful. There's Anna Vocino. Yeah.
I'm glad I could steal you away from your hollering at people for a minute, so we can so you can holler at me.
Yeah, I was hollering at a company in Southern California, of all places, down in Chula Vista.
Chula Vista.
Oh, good old-fashioned Chula Vista.
Does anything good happen in Chula Vista?
Apparently not.
Okay. They just got an ash reaming.
Yeah. Yeah. You know, it's fun trying to run a company.
Yeah, it is, isn't it?
And I don't want to get it. You and I could just sit here and people will go, what are they talking about? I don't even get what they're talking about.
I had a meeting today with a company that's going to help us with our meta ads and like creating, they basically, because like you and I, we talk to our podcast people and that's great. And that's easy. And it's really fun. And that's the best part of running the company is having this audience, your VIP group, the Facebook groups. That's the best part. But we know to grow the company, you have to do ads to cold leads, right?
Yeah.
So I'm realizing this and I'm talking to these folks about the cold leads. And it's just, I told them because they specialize in CPG, which is consumer packaged goods, food, supplements, health, beauty. I'm just explaining that for the audience. So anything that you see on the grocery store shelf that's been pre-made, that is called CPG, consumer packaged goods. So I say to them, I'm like, I want you to understand something. I come from the entertainment business, and the most probably dysfunctional wing of the entertainment industry is comedy and working in comedy clubs.
Yeah. Probably.
And CPG is more insane than that.
Yeah. That's hard to believe.
It is, right?
Yeah. Yeah, it is.
Speaking of, it doesn't surprise me you were hollering at people at Chula Vista, and thank you for not hollering at them anymore, so we can do this episode for people.
Oh, I will be yelling after the show again.
I'm sure you will.
So, Anna, this was brought to my attention about 7 times, nay, more than 10 times in the past 48 hours. Now, I think it happened in our last Monday show. Either at the beginning of the show or it was a drop-in ad in the middle of the show. Mm-hmm. All of a sudden, they were advertising GLP-1s on my show where all I talk about is folks.
Who was?
Well, they put ads into my show. The companies that, Leptin and what have you, they'll put ads.
I didn't know you were doing mid-rolls. I had no idea.
I think it was at the top of the show, before the show started. Before you hear the ad that I do, they'll put in a thing and they'll go, oh, it's now. Whenever I would have my meetings with these people, probably every 6 months, I was like, listen, make sure there's no diet soft drink ads. Make sure there's no, I go through a whole list of
stuff you don't want to do.
Well, I don't think GLP-1s were on that list. And the problem is that you can't really control all of it, right? At some point, something seeps in. No, folks, I do not agree with, and by the way, this sounds bad when I say I don't agree with it. I find that there are too many problems with taking a drug to try to lose weight when it can be done naturally. And I know, listen, you're going to get mad at me. You're going to hate me. I've lost 150 pounds on GLP-1. Great. I'm happy for you. I am the first person to say, if you lost weight by taking that drug, thank you. Thank you. I'm happy for you. But at some point, you're going to have to go off of that drug and learn how to keep doing it without the drug. And hopefully the drug will not screw you up before you get there. That's my prayer to you. Hell, on the Wednesday show, I brought my brother Mark on because I was talking on that show And by the way, folks, I'm not going to go into GLP-1s any further for the next 2 or 3 minutes with Anna, because we have a great show here today that we want to talk about calorie deficit and fat and everything else. So, but for the next couple of minutes, hear me out. I've talked to a ton of people who, because I do the consults every day, 5 days a week. And what they'll tell me is, it used to be I had gastric bypass. I lost 150 pounds. Scott King. That's the Scott King story. He's not the only one, folks. Most of them will tell me I lost 150, I lost 200, I lost 250. And then I started putting it back on and went up higher than I was before. That is a common thing with having your stomach removed by doing gastric bypass surgery. That's common. Lose a lot of weight. You never learned a damn thing about what you're supposed to be eating, which is what we're going to get into in a minute. And then you're right back where you started. Okay. GLP-1s, same thing. And I started using this term, people are eating beyond their GLP-1s. I'll give you an example. You take them. I'm going to give you my brother's example that he talked about on my show, the Wednesday show. He started with 5 milligrams, lost a couple of pounds, was doing fine. Well, stopped working. They put him on 10 milligrams, started moving the scale. The needle started moving to the left a little bit, not a whole lot. Stopped losing weight, started gaining weight again. Now he's on the strongest dose of Mounjaro you can get.
Okay. And
he lost a little weight, and then the needle started moving to the right again. He's not unusual.
Is it that it just stopped working? Is it that
it stopped working?
Didn't make any lifestyle change, or what is it?
Mark refuses to make a lifestyle change.
Okay.
And so here, let's see. Do I have it here? I had it written down for yesterday for anyone that didn't hear that show. This is what he had. And we started off by talking about this, and then he came on the show and confirmed it. He went to the Saints game that last Sunday, so about 2 Sundays ago now. He had 8 ounces of gummy bears, as I told the audience in that show. Let me put that in perspective. He ate a half a pound of gummy bears. He had approximately 4 to 6 ounces of Jelly Belly jelly beans. He had 2 bags of chips. He had a Bloody Mary, and he had 3 beers. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
The beers came to, because they were light beers and this and that, we gave that 36 grams of carbohydrates. Mm-hmm. Not calories, folks. Carbohydrates, 36 grams. Gummy bears, we looked it up, 225 grams. Jelly Belly, 105 grams of sugar. Chips, we gave that 31 grams of sugar. Of carbohydrates, and then we gave the Bloody Mary 6. And if I remember right, it came to just over 400 grams of carbohydrates within a 2-hour period, because he gets there a couple of hours early. They tailgate. That's where he has the beer and the alcohol, because he doesn't drink any time in the second half because he wants to sober up to drive home.
Right.
Okay. My feeling is if you're going to drink and drive, you shouldn't drink at all. Just drive. That's me. I'm a nerd. Okay. So we talked about it. This is a guy who's eating through his GLP-1s.
Right.
Right. Taking a drug doesn't teach you how to live better. All it's taught you is I can keep eating the way I was eating and take this drug and it's going to work for a while. And some people tell me, Vinnie, it worked the whole time. Fabulous. Fabulous. I hope you don't get sick. Anyway, that's all I'm going to say about that. Okay.
Then you said that they were running GLP ads at the beginning of this show?
At the beginning of our show, and there's
did people lose their minds?
Well, my neighbor, Rob, attorney, is like, did you want that there? I was like, no, but they put it there, and I hope people have the smarts to go, oh, Vinnie's not into this. That's what I hope goes on.
I think it's kind of funny because I'm like, I'm sure that the GLP-1 people don't want their ads. That's on the podcast, ad people for being dum-dums and putting the wrong thing, because I'm sure that they don't want their ad. And then you're going, don't do it.
I don't think they care. I don't think they really care. They're like, hey, let's, you think people are going to listen to Vinnie? They're going to take the GLP-1, right? It's easier. I'm looking for the rare person
to the show.
Right. But I'm looking for that rare person, Anna.
Yeah.
I'm looking for that rarity. I'm looking for the person who is sick and tired of being sick and tired.
Yep.
That's who I'm looking for. That's who listens to my podcast. That's who watches my movies. That's who reads your books and does your recipes, your Substacks, all that. Those are people who they have enough. They have enough and they want to do things right. It's that simple. I wish I could say it's different than that.
It's funny. We've exist. I mean, I know GLP-1s have been around for a long time, but they're really in the national conversation in the past 3 years, let's say.
They're in the zeitgeist now. Yeah.
They're in the zeitgeist. And you and I you've been doing this for decades. I've been with you since 2012 doing this, getting the messaging out there. And there's just literally thousands upon thousands of example people who've done it without. So I feel like, why not try it without? Yeah. Because if you've got to do the lifestyle change anyway for anything long-term to work, why not try it without first before you even
Anna,
go down a medical road? I don't know. That's me. That's my thinking.
Well, I think they do try. And look, if someone makes it to anything above any number in the 3s, the 4s, and the 500s, those people can tell you how every single diet does not work.
For sure. I don't mean to gloss over. I'm not saying that people who are, and I was the chronic dieter. I guess I was the chronic dieter, but then when I went low carb and did NSNG, that's what stuck. But the thing is when I say that things stuck, and we're going to get into this is part of our conversation. When I say that it's stuck, it's not like, oh my God, I magically made this change in the first 30 days and then I was cured forever of my carb addiction. That's actually not true at all. It's a several year long process of kind of learning, first of all, learning what you can and can't eat. Second of all, understanding, like, am I overeating the fats, which we're going to get into.
Right.
And then, can I just eat fat bombs with impunity? Can I do this? Can I do that? Maybe I just go full carnivore. Maybe I'll just do fasting and then I eat whatever I want when I'm not fat. Like, it's a journey of self-experimentation. But what I always say, the base of it for me, what worked was NSNG. That's the foundation of how I eat. And that will never change for the rest of my life.
And there's a reason why NSNG, which is just a low carb way of eating, works, is because it doesn't allow certain things to happen, in your system, in your endocrine system. It doesn't raise blood sugar. Well, your blood sugar doesn't go as high, so your insulin doesn't have to be dumped on the sugar to lower it. You're not messing with ghrelin and leptin and cortisol and everything else. Everything calms down. So that's a good segue to go right into it. But before we go into it, there's a supplement everyone should take, and it's called olive oil. It's the oil from an olive. It's the only fruit juice that I approve of. Go get yourself some olive oil. Now, here's the problem, Anna. You may or may not know this.
Mm-hmm.
Right here in the good old US of A.
Yeah.
You can cut olive oil up to 40% and still call it pure olive oil. Right? Our FDA will allow that.
It's such BS.
It's got seed oils. I mean, Anna sent me a podcast to listen to. It's even worse than that. Some of the stuff they're doing, mislabeling oils and everything, it's just crazy. But here's the thing. There's some good oils out there. Now, I can't go around vetting them all. I just can't. I almost missed this podcast today because I was busy doing something else.
You're hollering at people.
I don't have time to go vet every olive oil out there, but boy, there's one we did vet a long time ago. And I hear Serena up there making dinner right now, and I know what she's using on all of that food, and it's Villa Capelli olive oil. So if you want yourself the best olive oil out there, and the one that I can put my stamp of approval on, Villa Capelli. As a matter of fact, Anna Vocino uses it over at her sauce company, right, Anna? Or
I don't, not anymore, because I can't get enough.
Can't get it.
I had to go vet larger scale extra virgin olive oil people, but it's I did for a long time. You use it in your vitamin D. I'm using it in my dinner tonight.
I can buy it, you see, because vitamin D doesn't use as much as when you're selling a gazillion, crates of the stuff to Kroger's, and Villa Capelli will not sell an oil before it's time. So I can see where they would run out before you.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So I don't have that problem. I'm able to get the oil. We use it with my vitamin D. And that's just the way it goes. Villa Capelli.
By the way, he's changed the packaging now. So the 3-liter tin is now not a tin. It's like a boxed wine package.
That's right. That's right.
And I can't wait to get one of it.
Yeah. I'm getting one now.
A little spout.
Yeah, it's got a little spout on it.
Like, remember when you would be at a football camp or like sports camp and you would go get the Gatorade at the bottom of the thing?
Mm-hmm.
This is like, but with olive oil. That's going to be at Vinnie's camp. He's going to have olive oil in the Gatorade. It'll be Villa Capelli.
I'm gonna hold it up and just get it all over my head. Kind of like that scene.
We're gonna dump it on you because you're the coach.
Yeah. Oh yeah, we could do that.
Yeah.
Dump it up.
You'll just be like, oil party.
Eating it. All right, Villa Capelli, promo code Vinnie will get you 10% off every single time. Villa Capelli, promo code Vinnie, VINNIE, no MPY, and go get it. You'll see what we're talking about. Anna, like I was saying earlier, I've been saying this almost from podcast number 1. Tell me if you've heard this before, Anna. There is nothing you can do with impunity. Yeah. You can't even drink water with impunity.
Yeah.
You drink 3 gallons of straight water, you're going to kill yourself.
Bye-bye.
If you live, it's going to be a miracle. And you go, come on, man. Sit there and drink 3
gallons. It's water. It's pure. We're 70% water.
You can have the best water in the world. You drink too much of it, it's going to wipe out your electrolytes. It's going to send you into a coma. There's nothing you can do with impunity. And what people want, I know what the people want, Anna. They want to know what they can eat with impunity.
That's right.
Can I have the Halo Top, Vin? Can I have the Halo Top? There's no sugar. The Halo Top.
I've never had Halo Top.
Me either. I'm not eating that crap. All right. There's nothing out there. That's why I always tell people, if you're going to eat ice cream, get the best gelato. Fly to Rome and get the best gelato you can get. Pistachio, if you're going to get it.
Giolides. By the way, I had pistachio gelato in France. Thumbs up.
Yeah, good stuff.
Yeah, real good. Yeah.
If you're going to have profiteroles, get profiteroles. But that's just a treat for rare occasions. The bottom line is, I see all these people now. They're going, oh, I did carnivore. And these are some of the experts.
Yeah.
Really? Woman I had on the show, carnivore doctor.
Yeah.
She's a friend of the show.
Mm-hmm.
She's showing her gut going, look, I put on all this fat, because you can't just sit there and just overeat steak. Even if you overeat steak, you will gain weight. Sorry, it's a fact. Go look at carnivore doctor. Go look at my buddy, Sean Baker. He had to cut down a bit. With all the exercise Sean Baker does, he was gaining weight.
That's crazy.
Dr. Bosworth, who talks about eating meat. Mm-hmm. All of these people, I'm not putting these people down. I'm not dogging them out. Listen, if I can't be honest on this podcast, then what the hell am I doing? All of these people had to figure out, hey, I'm putting on weight because you can't just sit there and go, oh, give me another ribeye, and I'll take a ribeye with my ribeye, and I'll have some sausage on the side. There is such a thing as too much. The same thing goes with NSNG or Atkins or anything else. You may remember back in the day when, remember about 2 years into this podcast, bulletproof coffee became all the rage.
Yeah.
Anna's got a look on her face like she wants to shoot someone right now.
I'm still furious with Bulletproof.
All right,
Their
tell people
lies
what the
on their
recipe.
packaging.
Tell people what the recipe was for.
Okay,
like,
Bulletproof coffee was, and listen, I found this fascinating, although at the time I wasn't eating dairy, so I did a coconut oil version. But you were supposed to put coffee, butter, and MCT oil, I believe, and whip it
whip
good.
it up in a blender.
Yeah.
Now, first off, is there anything wrong with that? The answer is no. The answer is no. I've done it. It's delicious as hell.
Yeah.
It's creamy. It's
one of the most popular recipes on my site is my dairy-free Bulletproof coffee. I guess because it has the right keywords.
And look, Dave Asprey, the guy who came up with it, by the way, he created it because Dave's a marketing guy and Dave's worth $1 gazillion.
An excellent marketer.
Yeah. He made up this whole story about how he was out of energy and he was walking through the Andes or maybe, I don't know,
he was
Nepal.
in outer Mongolia or something.
Yeah, somewhere. And he came across a hut and he hadn't had food or anything for hours. And they gave him this bubbling yak fat. Folks, I wish I was making this up because I don't forget these kinds.
I thought it was a tea with yak milk or
something. Yeah, a tea with yak fat in it. Or yak milk.
I think yak milk, which was very high in fat.
And he tried to figure out what it was. And he figured out that if you mix butter, like pure butter and MCT oil, then you could come up. And by the way, he was selling a coffee and an MCT oil. And I think butter. Just so happens.
If he could sell butter, I'm sure he would have. He
had all the ingredients
he opened a coffee shop specifically to sell these beverages.
Yeah. Yeah. He's a master marketer and there's nothing wrong with the guy. I'm just saying that's what he did.
Yeah. But he also did a thing that, remember I called you because I was like, what is this thing about mycotoxins? And he basically said, his coffee was the only pure coffee.
Only coffee that doesn't have mycotoxins. And I was like, that's bullshit.
And then I come to find out is absolute bullshit because if any coffee had any mycotoxins, we'd all be dead.
Well, coffee has,
at least.
Well, there are different kinds of bacteria because you're taking all of these coffee cherries. I've been to the farms and I watch what they do. He was going, oh no, I get mine from this one special place. It's like bullshit. We all go get the best green beans in the world. We all get them from the same places. And that's just that, right? If you want high-end coffee, you go to the same place. All right. I don't want to get into Dave Asprey, but the point I wanted to make was,
I'm just saying the mycotoxin thing came up and I want people to not believe that hype.
All right. I've actually enjoyed making some bulletproof coffees.
Oh, yeah, of course.
As a matter of fact, I had one about 2 or 3 weeks ago. And I'll tell you.
You do coconut oil, right? You don't do MCT.
No, I never use MCT oil because if you put just a little too much, you're going to have
duty poops.
Problem. Yeah, you're going to poop your brains out. So I use, I made one a few weeks ago. I woke up, I forgot to buy eggs. And Serena said, when you come home tonight, bring some eggs. For you. I didn't. And, I was like, you know what? I'm going out for, Sunday. We're going on about a 3-hour hike. I'm running late here. There's no eggs. I whipped up. I took my coffee. It was my second coffee. Put it in the blender. I dropped in some MCT oil. I dropped in some butter and whipped it up. Took it with me. It fueled that 3-hour hike.
And by the way, that's what I did on the airplane when I couldn't have for the second 6 hours the meal.
Right.
I asked her for 2 little butter things and I had a cup of coffee and I basically did an edible version of a bulletproof coffee and I was fine till I got home 8 hours, 10 hours later because we had to drive home. Yeah.
The moral of the story is eating high fat is not bad. Now, when people call me up for the consults and they'll say, Vinnie, this is one type of consult I'll get. They'll say, listen, I've lost 100 pounds. I know this works. I still have X amount to lose. Fill in the blank. Another 100, 75, 50, 20, 30, whatever. And I've stopped losing weight. One of the things I will notice when I have them take me through their diet and their day and everything they're doing, they'll go, well, I start with a bulletproof coffee. And then when I get to work, we have a cafeteria. I have eggs. I get the boiled eggs, this and that, and the whole thing. Well, they're now gilding the lily. If you're just sitting around and you're having, the bulletproof coffee would have been enough, right? So look, when I was still making my ultra fat, people go, I have 3 eggs at home. I bring a couple of ultra fats with me. I eat them on the way to work. It's like, listen, I want you to eat my product, but you're having too much,
Right.
right? That's why. Notice you're not gaining weight, but you're not losing any more weight.
Right. You're going to plateau.
Right. You're going to plateau. You can't overeat and expect to continue to lose weight. Now, the question becomes this: why does it work at first? And why do I recommend in my PDF? And the PDF, I always say 30 days. Anna used to always say,
I think
fuck
60
that
is
shit.
better.
Yeah, go. Anna used to go NSNG AF for 60 days. And I agree with that. But here's the problem. You took that date to the prom, right? And people will go, okay, at first when I weighed 500 pounds, Vinnie told me to eat all the fat I wanted, all the protein I wanted, stay away from any kind of carbohydrates, and it worked for 100 pounds and it stopped. Why?
Right.
Well, because what we were trying to do at the beginning, all I'm trying to do in that 30 days, or as Anna would tell you, 60, because Anna's a little, she works a little overtime. But what I'm trying to do is several things. I'm trying to get you to stop being hungry or hangry all the time. When you eat carbohydrates, you will always be hungry. I'm going to give
hormonal roller coaster.
It really, I'm going to get into the hormones in a second.
Okay.
The first thing that happens is, we used to always say when I was a kid, I don't think people say this anymore because it might be racist or something else, but hang on to your hats, folks, because I'm going to get racist here. When we used to say, what do you need 30 minutes after a Chinese meal? The answer is another Chinese meal.
Yeah.
Why is that? Well, when you go get Chinese food, you're basically eating rice with cake icing on it.
Sugary sauces, breading.
Sweet and sour pork, chicken, shrimp. They sweet up everything, and it's all rice and it's all crap. So think about this. I want you to relax into this, folks. It takes your stomach 3 hours, to empty its contents. 3 hours. Yet a half an hour after you eat a high carbohydrate meal, you feel ravenous and hungry and you need to eat more. Some people don't even get up from the table. They'll say, hey, give me another piece of cake. Give me this, give me that. You never feel full. The example I used to give is if you sit down with a family bag of chips and you're watching a football game, you will eat that whole bag. That's a pound of chips. Most family bags, that's a pound of chips. I just gave you what my brother had in the first half of a Saints game. Right? He never feels full. You will never feel full because that, as Anna was alluding to, the hormones get pushed into the wrong direction. Your body releases insulin. The insulin keeps going in to try to cover that carbohydrate. And what it does is it'll put a little bit of that sugar into your blood. It turns the rest into a long-chain triglyceride, which is a fat, and it stores it in your fat cells. So your insulin is forcing carbohydrates into becoming a fat and then forcing it into every fat cell in your body. That's just what goes on. The reason you feel hungry is because we have these two hormones in our body. One is called ghrelin. Ghrelin is the hormone that's supposed to let you know, it gives you a hunger signal, like that hunger pang you get. Oh, it's time to eat, right? And we have something else called leptin. Leptin is the hormone that's supposed to make you feel full, right? But when you're constantly bombarding those hormones, right, they get the wrong signal. Carbohydrates will do that to your ghrelin and leptin. One tells you you're never full, and the other one tells you I'm still hungry, even though you have a stomach full of food.
You know where I always feel that is if I do a super carby Thanksgiving. I feel that because then you're like, oh, I'm so full. I feel bloated and gross. You do go for your walk and then you have some pie. And then about a half hour after pie, you're like, I need something salty again. And then you start on that sweet, salty spiral of doom.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's why I don't like to tempt it, because I hate that feeling of like, now I want something sweet. Now I want something salty. Now that to me feels completely hormone driven.
It truly is. That's exactly the feeling we're talking about here, Anna. And by the way, we have those holidays coming up, and I think about that. It's
Let's talk about that next week. Let's talk about Thanksgiving.
Well, are we
too soon?
Are we too soon? Maybe a couple more weeks.
I don't know when this is coming out. We don't know.
Me either.
We don't know.
We don't know, and we don't know what kind of GLP-1 ad they're going to probably.
Who knows?
Probably have, I don't know.
Go with God, podcast ad people.
Yeah. Kill my show, folks. At any rate, that's what goes on. We feel ravenous and hungry all the time. But when you eat high fat in that first 30 days, I want to go back to that when we're talking about getting my PDF. What do they call it? It's the NSNG ebook is what it's called at VinnieTortorich.com.
Yeah.
So what we're trying to get you to do is get everything moving in the right directions. I've had people in that first 30 to 60 days tell me their triglycerides went from 400 down to like 125 or 150. And then within weeks or months after that, they're below 100 and they never come out of that again. People often achieve dietary ketosis, if that's something you want to go into. And as you know, Anna, I live in dietary ketosis.
Yeah.
Right. But I don't sit there and overconsume fats. I eat my fats and my proteins every day, and I get what I need. And, every time they check my heart, my blood, and everything else, everything is in check. Right. But it's a concerted effort to do what I'm doing. I'm not expecting people to go to that level. It'd be nice if you did, because I think I live a pretty happy, healthy life, but that's just, I'm getting off the subject here a bit. But the bottom line is, once you get it under control and you see what you can do in that first 30 days, you can continue to do it. Right? When you get there, like I have people sometimes, Anna, they're eating 6 and 8 eggs for breakfast because they're 500 pounds. They feel like they're on a tightrope without a net. And it's almost this feeling of, oh my God, I might not get enough food. It's like, just eat what you need to eat. Just eat the right thing.
Just to get the habit instilled.
Yeah. And then we can start pulling back. Yeah.
Right.
That's all we're trying to do.
Trying to create new neural pathways.
Yeah. That's all we're doing here.
Yeah.
And at some point you have to, that's what the consults are about mostly. Right? It's just talking people off of a ledge.
Yeah.
Right?
Oh, yeah.
Did I leave any part of that out?
No, I mean, I love this conversation because I think that people come back to there's a gray area. There just is. And it's life. Nothing is completely binary. And I guess I like the analysis, the analogy rather, of, how you parent a toddler is not how you parent, a kid in elementary school is not how you parent a middle schooler. Like, so as you're kind of moving through, you have to change your approach and change your tactic for where you are now. And that's okay. Dialing back in and going NSNG AF generally is a good cure-all for being able to figure out where you're getting the carb creep, where you're maybe getting the calorie creep. And by calorie creep, I'm not suggesting at all that anyone needs to count calories. I don't feel like, that's why I loved working with you. At first, what I was drawn to is you being a voice of reason. And I think it's so important to know that, like, I can do this and just eat real food. Somebody wrote me the other day, very upset that I don't have nutritional info. And until I put nutritional info on my recipes, they're not going to be a customer. And I think, and I'm always like, it's funny because I used to be that way because I would think if I was on a diet, unless I'm counting what's going in my mouth, I'm not being good and dieting hard enough. Until and I don't want to be a part of that diet culture. I will not put nutritional info on my recipe because my recipes are made with real food, you know? Now that being said, you can copy and paste any recipe and put it into Google and it will give you the algorithmic spit out the same thing that my publisher would do, let's say, if they were going to put nutritional info. It's an algorithm. You're relying on an algorithm. That's
Right.
what you're relying on.
Yeah.
So it's really about the quality of ingredients and I like that. I think it might be time for us to do a label thing soon. I bought, Vinnie, because I'm going to do a video. I bought Hidden Valley Ranch.
Mm-hmm.
By the way, I hated buying these.
I know you had to spend good hard-earned money.
I had to spend good hard-earned money on this garbage. I bought Wishbone Ranch.
Oof.
I bought Kinder's dip seasoning packet. I bought Hidden Valley dip seasoning pack. By the way, Hidden Valley has like 25 different kind of ranch packets. I was like, okay.
24. Wait, just in the ranch category?
Yes. They had like a shit ton of different. Hidden Valley dominates it. I was hard pressed to find this. There was a primal one. I just was like, I'm done. I'm just going to buy this stuff. I was at Albertsons, by the way. Albertsons, which is a big chain out in California. Yeah. A nationwide chain. They own different. And then this one is the non-GMO certified Walden Farms ranch dressing, 0 net carbs, 0 calories, fat-free. Okay. So this is like the healthier.
So what did they give you? An empty bottle? So Anna, let's start with that one. So,
okay.
All right. So read the front again. Let people know what's not in it.
So this is Walden Farms ranch dressing, certified non-GMO, 0 grams net carbs, 0 calories, fat-free, vegan.
Okay. So, all right. They're saying that when you eat this product, how big is the serving, Anna?
2 tablespoons.
Okay. And they're telling you 0 calories. Now, the only thing I'm aware of that 0 calories is like tea, coffee, or water.
So it's, it says 0 calories. What? This is this gets crazier. I didn't even read this closely. I just grabbed it
to understand this, right?
I just grabbed it because this was the obvious healthy option next to the Hidden Valley / Wishbone options, right? This was the one. And I bought it because I'm going to do a video about the ingredients. But this is what I love about you saying, don't even worry about this nutritional panel, even though it's crazy.
Right.
You should be worried about reading these ingredients, which always bring your glasses to the grocery store is the thing I've learned in the past 4 years.
I watched you light up. You just lit up whenever I said, they're saying there's 0 calories on the front.
Because I didn't even see that part of it. I just got it because the 4th ingredient was erythritol. So I was like, are you telling me that in this list of 20 to 25 ingredients, the 4th ingredient is how much erythritol is in this thing? That
enough to make you shit your pants. All right. So Anna,
absolutely.
I want you to start with the nutrition facts and tell me what it says. Okay. Calories, servings.
0. Fat.
0 calories.
0. Cholesterol. 0. Sodium, 160 milligrams. Total carbohydrate, 2 grams. Dietary fiber, 1 gram. Total sugars, 0, including 0 grams of added sugars. Sugar alcohol, 1 gram. Protein, 0 grams. What's in here, Vinnie? What is in here?
All right. So far, I can tell you what we're going to learn.
It's 12 fluid ounces in a glass bottle.
Okay. So let me help the audience out. Before you even read the actual ingredients, she just read the nutrition facts. Notice everything was either 0, 2%. I think one thing was 2%. It was total carbohydrates, and everything else was 1%.
Total carbs 2, fiber 1, sugar alcohol 1, and sodium 160. That's the only thing.
So the government allows you see, when people go, well, RFK is doing something. Okay, great. RFK needs to get to big food and go, hey, this bullshit about if it's got 2% or less, then you can say 0. We know that there's nothing but lies because Anna's holding the thing. How much you figure it weighs, Anna? 12, 15 ounces?
Well, it has 12 ounces of product in it,
Mm-hmm.
and it's in a glass bottle, so it's got some heft to it.
All right, so
this glass bottle weighs several ounces.
All right, so let's go with the ingredients. What's in there? Go slowly.
Well, first of all, also too, there's those call outs in the front that we were talking about, and the non-GMO that makes it look like it's healthy, right?
Right.
And then on the back, there's this list, this bullet pointed list of these great call outs, right? So this looks like if you know that Hidden Valley Ranch, which I have the ingredients to that, right? Because I'm holding this squeeze bottle, it looks like mayonnaise.
Mm-hmm.
I'm holding this squeeze bottle of Hidden Valley Ranch. Okay, that's probably crappy. This is not going to be high quality, but I'm going to get the healthy ranch. I'm going to get this healthy ranch. And then you turn it over and you look at these call outs, real ingredients, vinegars, herbs and spices, real vegetables, fruit extracts, natural sweeteners, colors from natural sources. Are you telling colors from natural sources? How pure. And then it says real goodness. So it's got real ingredients and real goodness.
What's the difference?
The real goodness is sugar-free with an asterisk. And then the asterisk leads to a thing that says per serving. So the whole bottle's not sugar-free, just per serving it's sugar-free.
Right, because remember that plus or minus 2% I was talking about? You see, that's how they get, people go, how do they do it? That's how.
So real goodness, it says sugar-free, asterisk, cholesterol-free, gluten-free, dairy-free, no artificial flavors or preservatives.
Okay, hang on to that, no artificial flavors or preservatives. Hang on to that word. Hang on to the rest of it. Now, Anna, do you have the ingredients?
Yep, I do.
Don't go fast. I hate when you go fast.
I'm wearing my glasses so I can read it all. The very first ingredient is water.
Okay, so the first ingredient falls under what they're saying because it's caloric free, it's natural, and it's good for you.
Which and looking at it, it's a pretty it's
pretty watery,
liquidy. It's not like a viscous dressing.
Okay.
So I actually think if you're paying for water, that's kind of some kind of BS. Okay, second ingredient, white distilled vinegar.
Okay, so still we're doing okay.
Yep, that's fine.
Yeah.
Third ingredient, I don't think I've ever seen this on a packaged good. Corn fiber.
Okay. I'm
shocked
sorry
that they got that marked non-GMO because corn is almost always GMO.
Almost all of it is GMO because most of it is owned by Monsanto. So, but you see, all right. So,
corn
by the way,
fiber.
Hang on.
I've never seen that on a packaged good.
Anna, there is calories involved with corn fiber. Sorry. Now, it's probably a certain amount within the 2 ounce. You said it was 2 ounce serving or 1 ounce? What was it?
2 tablespoons.
All right. So you see,
if
that's
it's
how they
12
get away
ounces
with
in
it.
here and there's 12 servings, so each ounce is 2 tablespoons. Yes.
All right. So it's an ounce, and each ounce doesn't have enough for them because of the lye. What else do they have?
But if it's water and vinegar and they're putting corn fiber, they can put just enough in there, so maybe it's not calorically significant.
Oh no, it is. They just don't have to list it as being.
Okay.
Trust me. There's Anna. You know the casings. With my vitamins, like the little casings that comes in
things. Yeah.
There's a caloric. There's a calorie in that. I mean, everything has
a calorie.
Some kind of caloric density. So
the fourth ingredient, erythritol, which is a sugar alcohol.
Okay, get enough of that, folks, and watch what happens.
Yeah, salt. Yay. Okay, cellulose gel. So cellulose is a fiber. It's wood pulp, but this is the gelled version. So they've somehow done a process aid. They've turned cellulose and jellified it.
Yeah, they're trying to use this.
They've add water to it so it gets thick like a chia seed. I don't know what that means.
They cooked it down somehow. They were trying to get a thickening agent into that watery crap.
Titanium dioxide for color.
Okay, hang on. Titanium dioxide, what that does is it whitens anything. right? So that's why it's in there. It's a whitening agent, so that they can then add some. That product is white, right? Hold it up again. It's pretty white. Yeah. You see, it was probably looking gray and dingy, and they needed it white, so they put titanium dioxide. I started a
it is
whole vitamin
dairy-free.
company.
Because I was going to say the white is not from any sort of cream or
No,
even coconut
it
milk
comes
or
from the
anything.
titanium. It was probably kind of a gray looking, not appetizing. So they put titanium dioxide in there to whiten it. Folks, I started an entire vitamin company based off of titanium dioxide.
The anti-titanium dioxide company.
The fact of the matter is even in nanoparticles, titanium dioxide can cause colon cancer, amongst other kinds of cancers. Sorry, it's just a fact, Anna. I'm not here to lie to people. What else you got?
Xanthan gum, again, that's not the worst of the gums.
It's pretty inert, but
it's pretty inert. But it makes me think they had to put a whole bunch of different corn fibers, cellulose gel, xanthan gum. They put a whole bunch. There's an alginate later listed, so they put a whole bunch of thickeners so that none of it adds up to any calories. And I'm using air quotes, right? Okay. Natural flavors. Again, we don't know what those are. Disclose those on your labels, food makers.
Yeah. It usually
just like
means
how I
sugar.
disclose all of my spices. I don't say spices.
Natural flavors usually mean some kind of sugar
or chemical additive.
Right. They can hide a lot. That's when, again, FDA, let's get on the ball here.
Okay, so other than the vinegar and the salt and the water, we're finally getting to our first real food ingredient, garlic puree and onion puree.
All right.
Cool. Then we have propylene glycol alginate, which is algae extract. Again, another thickener.
Propylene, hang on.
Propylene glycol alginate. Is that stripper or NFL? Propylene alginate.
Alginate?
Mm-hmm.
Here it is. I found it. PGA, as it's commonly called, is a food additive derived from alginic acid that serves as a thickener, emulsifier, and stabilizer in products like salad dressings, fruit juices, and baked goods. Approved as safe by the FDA, other global regulatory bodies. PGA helps prevent ingredients from separating, improves texture by increasing the water.
If this were just sitting, like if you make your own, the fat's going to rise to the top and all the spices would sink to the bottom. So they don't like the look of that in a glass bottle. So they will use things like PGA, like the cellulose gel, to keep things suspended and keep them from separating. Keep the oil and vinegar from separating, right? Although there's no oil because this is fat-free. Okay, next, your favorite, lemon juice concentrate.
Sugar. A sugar.
Lemon juice concentrate is in so much stuff. I challenge anyone to flip over any protein bars without having a 50% occurrence rate of finding lemon juice concentrate in them. They love a lemon juice concentrate.
Right, because people think, they're using it to have an acidy thing. No. The concentrate means is they're concentrating out the sugar from lemons. By the way, that PGA we were just talking about, propylene alginate, it's illegal in some countries, but not in the United States.
No, not in the U.S. We're going to just...
It's very, very safe here.
We're just going to go ahead and use that in food chemistry and feed it to the people so we can make sure we keep our margins low and make money off of you getting sick.
How much of that do you use in your products?
None.
Propylene alginate.
And I also use no sodium citrate. I use no yeast extract. I don't use mustard flour, which I assume is just ground mustard seed.
Probably, yeah.
Lactic acid, dried chives, now at the end we have dried chives, black pepper, parsley. Oh wait. Ghrelin gum. That's like the fifth gum. Celery seed, dill. So by the way, dill is the main flavor component in ranch. So whenever anybody's like, I don't like dill, I'm like, yes, you do. Do you like ranch? They're like, yeah. I'm like, then you like dill. That's the last ingredient in this dressing.
Yeah.
So I will be making a video about these things because people don't know.
Where can people go to find those videos? Because Anna doesn't have
I
one
do them
there.
on Instagram or TikTok.
By the way,
YouTube.
we just ran through one of them. Anna is going to.
We're not going to even go through the others.
No, we can't. We don't have that kind of time. But Anna's going to have a video on YouTube. Is it Anna Vocino's YouTube? What is it, Anna?
Instagram.
Or
Vocino. Yeah. Or TikTok or YouTube. But wait, real quick. Do you know what calcium disodium EDTA added to preserve freshness is? And then also disodium inosinate and guanylate is?
No. Do you know what it is?
No.
You want me to look it up?
I can't even say it.
All right,
This is on the Hidden Valley Ranch, by the way.
Give me one of them. Give me that first one you said. What is it?
No, do this one. Disodium inosinate and guanylate.
Did you say inosinate?
Uh-huh.
A flavor enhancer derived from insomnic acid from that provides an umami. What is that? Umami taste.
Umami is like a savory.
Yeah, savory.
Yeah,
so
like
that's added to give you that umami.
Phosphoric acid.
I went a whole fucking 60 years before I heard the word umami. And now all I hear is umami. Stop with the umami. I'm sick with the umami. Oh, it gives it umami.
The fourth ingredient in Hidden Valley Ranch dressing is sugar. The first ingredient, do you want to guess what the first ingredient is?
Well, is it water? Because you need to
Nope.
do it something. Really?
Second ingredient.
Is it a solid or a liquid?
Solid.
First ingredient. You said the third or fourth ingredient was sugar.
Mm-hmm. The first ingredient.
I'm going to go with corn or wheat flour of some sort.
No. Sorry, I misled you. It's not a solid in that sense.
Oh.
It's just not a liquid either. It's a liquid, but it's not a solid. It's a liquid solid. The first ingredient in something like this.
I was going to say bicarb, but
and it's not buttermilk.
Yeah,
because that's the third ingredient.
Skim milk.
Vegetable oil.
Ooh, number one. And which product is that, Anna? So people can
Hidden Valley.
Seed oils, folks. First ingredient, seed oils.
And also the wishbone, soybean oil.
Yeah.
I hated buying this, Vinny. You know I hated buying this.
I know.
Have you had your pina colada yet?
No, because I haven't gone to the beach. Yeah, we got to go to the beach.
Can I just read the ingredients on this?
Eat Happy
ranch dust.
Yeah. And by the way, folks, this is the best stuff in the world because I use it. And I could tell you, Anna, if you say something bad, I'm going to be pissed because I've been eating this shit for 3 years like there's no tomorrow.
Sea salt. What do you think about that?
I use sea salt and everything.
Onion powder, which is just powdered onion.
Love me some onions, especially the white ones.
Dill.
Love dill. I grew some dill in the backyard. It didn't take very well. Not as good as my tomatoes did. I must have grew them in the wrong spot. I'm going to try somewhere else.
Maybe so.
Yeah.
The herbs can be, unless it's rosemary, which grows anywhere.
Garlic
powder.
The rosemary died back there too. I killed rosemary. Yeah.
Oh no.
Yeah.
So sea salt, onion powder, dill, garlic powder, black pepper. Mic drop.
And by the way, folks, I've been using that stuff every Sunday because I've been making the hot wings, the Franks.
Hell yeah.
I'll put the Franks and I do the hot wings in the fryer, not the fryer, but the air thing.
Buy Hidden Valley Ranch or Walden Farms. Face Ranch McGee.
No, Anna Vocino sends me free. Now you guys can't get free. She can't send everybody for free.
I would love to.
all I have to buy is my creme fraiche. Now, people go, what's creme fraiche? You can also use sour cream. And
That's
I've
what I
also
use, sour
used,
cream.
I've also mixed in mascarpone. Now, mascarpone is kind of thick. So if you're going to do mascarpone, you
It's
need
more
to either
expensive
mix
too.
in.
I wouldn't do, but save your mascarpone for other applications.
I'm Italian. So, I'll mix it in. I'll put a little mascarpone with the creme fraiche or the sour cream.
Oh yeah, you can cut it all in. Yeah,
It thickens it.
it's nice. By
Yeah,
the
it gives it a
way,
little thicker thing.
as a follow-up to our yogurt maker conversation, I filmed an entire, which the video lasted 3 days. I had to film it over 3 times during 3 days.
Mm-hmm.
It literally makes the best yogurt I have ever had. And the starter is all you need. You don't have to do the thing you do with the kefir grains. It totally worked.
Yeah.
And I'm going to experiment with using the yogurt I made as the starter for the next round that I do. And I'll send the links to it all. But I now use that homemade Greek yogurt, plain yogurt, in the ranch dip. Boom. It is so good.
By the way, I've done that too. I've used, now the one I've used was the Fage.
Yeah. Faya.
I could probably use my kefir. I'm pointing upstairs to where the kefir.
You could use the faya and then pour some kefir in to like thin it out.
My kefir is so thick and so strong.
Oh, is it really?
Oh, yeah. I've been using the same grains now for about a year.
That's awesome.
Anna, it gets better and better. I did a little video segment for my mom on my kombucha because I get my kombucha now. I'm basically drinking vinegar. And I got to tell you,
I love it.
I'm
a huge fan of vinegar. I think it's very medicinal.
Listen, my kombucha, if I bought 16-ounce bottles of kombucha in a store, it would cost upwards of $5 to $7, right? I'm making it at home for about 25 or 30 cents for 16 ounces. It can't be much more than that. It's so easy to do. The yogurt, the kefir is so easy to do, folks.
I'm telling you, that homemade yogurt, I'm dying. I love it.
You don't want to buy the stuff ever
I'm
again.
never buying. I mean, and I love faya and I love my Greeks, but
Yeah.
I'm making it myself from now on.
You
By the
will
way,
never buy it again.
I just want to say this mix, both of these mixes have maltodextrin as the first ingredient in them. These ranch mixes.
Done.
This
I'm
one
out.
has powdered sunflower oil in it.
She's holding up Kinder's, folks.
What?
Kinder's Ranch.
Kinder's
powder.
is everywhere too. I like the packaging. That's nice. I like the like vellum finish on the packaging.
Yeah.
But what's inside? Yikes. Okay.
So there you have it, folks. Anna Vocino, go buy. Listen, if you want to do what I do with the wings on the weekends, folks. This is a great meal. It's protein, it's fat. That's all that's in there. I use Anna's Ranch. I also use Anna's barbecue to make them. But, I add things to them because I like them to be hot. I put a little extra cayenne, right? You can do this stuff, even if you just make them normal. We make a few normal for Serena because, I make the Cajun. I Cajun them up a little bit. Boom. You go make the ranch dressing. It's all... I wish I could tell you it was hard. Let me tell you what you have to go buy. Anna doesn't
Wings
sell
are
them.
so easy.
You got to go buy the baking powder, not baking soda, baking powder, because you want to dry those wings up a little bit before
you don't
you
even have to, you guys.
I like doing it like that.
It's good, but you don't have to if you're trying to save a step.
Yeah,
Just season them and bake them in the oven and then put the sauce on it.
Listen, you do it. That's what I've been eating every Sunday. Because it's, I feel like a regular dude watching a football.
You are.
I do. I really do.
You don't have to tailgate with gummy bears and beers.
No, and by the way, I haven't been drinking a whole lot. It's like, wait, hang on, let me go back. People are going, a whole lot. Is he a drinker? I would have a drink on Sunday with the game. One drink. I watch 3 games. I have one drink. I've missed Sunday after Sunday. I just never get to it.
Yeah.
Because I'm enjoying the wings. I'm enjoying, I made the nuts. Anna, remind me, we're doing a show tomorrow.
Yeah.
We'll talk about how to take raw nuts and use Anna Vocino's dust to roast them with the Villa Capelli. Once you have this, you can't unknow what it is.
If you buy a store-bought nut after that, a roasted nut from the store, you're going to be like,
Yeah, you're going to wonder what you're
It's
eating.
trash.
You realize that it's rancid. So go check out everything at eathappykitchen.com. Annie, you got any specials over there or anything, or what are we doing?
I don't think so right now. Well, you know what we do? We have a cart size thing. So if you get your cart to a certain amount, you get 10% off. We're doing that.
By the way, football Sunday, you want the cheese bites. You want that thing. I buy them.
These were my lunch today, were the cheese bites.
Anna, as you know, I buy them 21 bags at a time. People go, 21? Yeah, I want the 12 bags.
This is true.
I want the 12 bags of just the yellow ones. I call them the yellow ones. And then I want the 9-pack of, you get 9 packs, 3 of each thing. And it comes to 21 bags. That's what I get. Folks, you want this stuff. So go check it out. You know what to do. We all go to VinnieTortorich.com. We will be opening up the VIP very soon. Probably by the time this show comes out, VIP will be open. So go to VinnieTortorich.com/VIP.
That's good.
I haven't opened it. People go, oh, he opens it every few months. I haven't opened it in the better part of a year.
I was going to say, it's been a very long time.
If you want to be part of the VIP, get in, because you never know when I'm going to. Well, I did promise on a different show I'm going to open it a couple of times before the end of the year, especially at New Year's. But this is an opportunity. If you want to get the new workouts that we're putting in there and everything else, it's all there for you, folks. So go check it out. Anna ads, did my ads. We were talking about spices, so this song came to mind. So we're going to go with this on the end here. On behalf of Anna Vocino, my name is Vinnie Tortorich. Put life into living with Simon and Garfunkel.